What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and well, today we will be talking about Monochrome Mobius Rights and Wrongs Forgotten. So this game is part of the Utawarerumono franchise, for those that don't know, and we also did get quite the amount of information, characters, what to expect, platforms, release date, and even trailers to look at. Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. So personally, I am familiar with the Utawarerumono franchise. I played some of the games, watched the animes too, I think there was 2? Maybe wrong, but I wouldn't consider myself like a fan or someone very familiar with the franchise. I played it, I was like, oh, it's fine, it's okay. So I do apologize in advance for my lack of knowledge in some of the aspects, lore, and any of the things involved with the game. Now, this game will be released for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC. It seems the Steam version of the game will contain English subtitles, but as far as I can find, there is no word on if the console version will have subtitles or like if it will be published in the West, who will be publishing it. It seems as I'm making this video, no word about that. That could change when this video is published, but so far nothing. The game though is launching on September 8th of this year, so not that far away, and we did get a summary of the story, and so far it has been described as the following. In Akamui, a vassal state of Yamato located in the Outlands, it is home to a young man who lives with his mother and little sister. One day, while this man is investigating a minor matter at the behest of the Olo, or Emperor, he encounters a mysterious girl. She tells him something unbelievable, that his father, thought to be dead, is actually still very much alive. In search of the truth, he decides to leave his village and head for Arvashulan, a mysterious country that does not exist on any maps. He surpasses one obstacle after another to retrace his father's footsteps. Along the way, he meets up with like-minded companions, going through hardships, happiness, setbacks, and painful separations together. As fate would have it, the man finds himself being slowly swept into the middle of a critical turning point in history. This is the story of a man who later becomes Utawarerumono, those who are lauded. Of course, our protagonist is Oshtor, and from what I am understanding, this game will be some sort of prequel, specifically to Utawarerumono Mask of Deception, which through and through might not be a bad point to start for anyone new, I guess. I mean, this franchise has been going on for quite some time, so of course there's a lot of characters, lore, stories, so this game being a prequel might actually be a bit handy for people who don't follow the franchise too much, or to newcomers even. Though this is just me speculating, so don't quote me on anything about this. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with the franchise. Like, I'm not a huge fan, so feel free to correct me about that. But at least with so far this premise, it seems it should be something more approachable to newcomers. Now, looking at the trailer, the game is adapting more to be like a turn-based RPG when it comes to fights, and it looks like exploration, which I understand it might be different for some of the fans, as some of the games have basically been strategic RPGs or SRPGs, which a lot of people like that, and this might feel a bit different. But I do think it is setting up to be more approachable for a bigger audience. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of SRPGs, it's one of my favorite genres, but I do understand it's not for everyone, and just like it or not, in the scheme of like getting a bigger audience is not that well viewed compared to maybe a turn-based RPG. So I do understand, okay, switching up the approach, this is just me guessing. And I also want to say we still haven't seen the complete UI on how, this turn-based RPG is gonna be. Like, they did something interesting here in the top left corner, but in the end, I think mechanically they're not going to be adding anything crazy, so we should expect this to be the usual turn-based RPG, which, as I said, not a bad thing. and I'm kind of liking some of the animations and styles that we are seeing here. For me, as someone who's not attached to the franchise, I actually might give this game a shot. I played, like I said, some of the previous titles, but I just didn't completely remember them, or I didn't care as much. I do apologize again for that for the fans. It's not anything personal. I also think the music has always been really good in the franchise, so I'm also looking forward to that we do get a glimpse of some of the music that we can expect. And I also am liking a lot the art style that we're seeing here in this game. The graphics so far are okay-ish. Like, it's not something too groundbreaking, and it's not like it looks bad, but like it's not something that will blow your mind. I do think though it's an upgrade from previous games, and the gameplay looks something I would be willing to try. So in the end, as I said, it's not always about me. I am wondering though, what are your thoughts? Are you a fan of the franchise? Are you excited for this new title? Any concerns? Like, feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.